You can't think your way out of trauma, and I'll show you the neuroscience why. I'm Jenna. I'm a clinical and molecular neuroscientist and a licensed therapist. I study how stress and trauma rewire the brain and the body from the molecular level all the way up to how it affects you on a day-to-day basis. The idea that the mind and the body are separate is the biggest lie we've ever been told. And when you learn how to work with your body and your brain, not against it, you can change almost every aspect of your life. So follow along if you want the science about that, because that's what I teach. So you can't think your way out of trauma. And it's because of the way trauma changes your brain's ability to hear your body, and it changes the function of your brain, both at the molecular and the structural levels. This is why PTSD and complex PTSD are primarily sensory disorders or sensory issues. So when the nervous system is shut off, like in the case of depression or dissociation, or when you struggle with motivation, it's like the brake pedal is pushed in the car and it's not letting up. The neocortex is over controlling the lower parts of the brain that are connected to your sense of aliveness. It's overriding the fight and the flight and more of the sympathetic nervous system, and in the way that the sympathetic nervous system wants to move you through life in a healthy way. We need enough of this life force from the sympathetic nervous system, or the gas pedal, to move effectively through our lives, right? And so when the nervous system is stuck on in the opposite direction, we have things like anxiety, panic disorder, OCD, and similar diagnoses where there's a kind of looping between the brainstem and the subcortical parts of the brain and the midbrain. And we need to intervene and start to redirect those neural pathways. People with trauma also show increased functional connectivity between the periaqueductal gray and the anterior insula and the anterior cingulate cortex, which are major nodes of the salience network, which means that we have to retrain primarily the insular cortex. We can quite easily, in most people, retrain the insular cortex. But when the brain-body communication is offline like this, or it's going awry like this, there's no amount of cognitive work that can regulate a dysregulated nervous system that is still firing off survival signals. So reconnecting these systems between the body and the brain and the different substructures of the brain is required for us to start to feel a deeper sense of calm and trust and change in behavior. So that bridge back is interoception, the ability to track sensation through the body, and the ability to track and sense the body from within. So if you want practical ways to retrain your insular cortex and your body's signals, comment reset below. I have a free training for you with easily implemented practices, 2 to 5 minutes a day, and a nervous system quiz that will help you start to make sense of what's going on in your system and what you need to do next in order to start to heal these symptoms that have been cemented into your body over the course of years. Okay? And let me know how this shows up for you in the comments. See you there.